Recently, all across guitar YouTube, there's been a rash of various dramas regarding fake performances. This has been a thing for a very long time. Back in my guitar days, people would record a direct input, a raw signal from their instrument, bit by bit, beat by beat, or even note by note, stitch together the perfect take, feed that through an amp and record it through a mic, and bam, they'd have something that sounds extremely real, but isn't. It wouldn't be something they couldn't play at all, it would be something they could kinda play, or couldn't quite play perfectly, which means when they mimed along to the recording, it would look real too. See, a lot of flaws in guitar playing aren't so perceptible to the naked eye. It's not necessarily hitting the wrong note entirely, it's that you're not playing it so clean and clear. From the fixed camera perspective of a YouTube video, you see where their fretting hand is, you see how their picking hand moves, but it's quite hard to pick out the minutiae of playing, especially when it's fast. And sometimes something might look wackadoodle, but be fine. Look at how Marty Friedman holds his pick. In fact, saying fine was an understatement, the guy's a legend. Proof's in the pudding, his playing rules, it just looks a bit crazy. Point is, you can't necessarily trust your eyes, so a lot of guys were getting away with stuff. And it was getting away with stuff. It was metal bros and egotistical shredders wanting to look better than they were. On the other hand, you got people who just want the video and sound to be as good as possible. That's what I was doing with my ukulele videos. I'd record the audio in my office, which is a converted loft, and then go into the garden to record the video, with a metronome on my phone so the timing would be the same. I could play it, I was playing it, but the audio wasn't from that time I was playing it. Still, strictly fake, but a bit of a different scenario. Understandably, a lot of people are totally cool with the second version, but not with the first of fake performance. But here's the rub. When you watch a video, and you correctly figure out the audio isn't the audio from right then, how do you know what kind of fake performance you're looking at? How do you know they're trying to trick you into thinking they're better than they are, versus just trying to make the best quality video possible? It's hard enough to even distinctly draw the line between an okay fake and a bad fake before you even get to proving it's a bad fake. And this means calling out someone you think's crossed that line can be quite contentious. For a more comprehensive overview, I recommend The Ethics of Fake Guitar by Adam Neely. He only drops muck capitalism once or twice, and it's a very thorough take. With my little primer out of the way though, it's time to get on to the actual subject of this video. A few days ago, a fellow called Danny Sapko called out the guitarist Leo Trager in a video titled, "How does anyone think this guitar playing is real? Brash and bold. I like it." In this video, he lays out the case that Leo has crossed that line we talked about. You can go watch the full thing yourself, it's less than 5 minutes long, but we're going to take an abridged look at it.
Let's see if you can spot anything wrong here.
Yeah, I do see something terribly wrong. What in the hell is that? And worse, the video and audio is not in sync, some examples worse than others. On first watch, at this point, I was a little worried for Danny. See, sometimes videos that aren't fake at all in any way, the okay way or the bad way, look fake because people record the audio and video separately and mess up marrying them together again. You can simply add the exact audio of what you were doing afterwards, and if you didn't do anything to make it easy to line up, it can end up looking fake as hell. Is that what's happening here? I wondered. But the answer is no. I'll be talking about this more later, but Danny provides further examples of fakery. Let's go through them.
Now, first of all, that is all mimed. If you believe it's all live like his many fans and commenters, sadly it's not. There's a few little signs such as, watch the tuning peg.
He's absolutely right, it's mimed, but I would have used a different example. It is mimed quite poorly. We'll move on to whether it's okay or not later, but yep, you got him on one. What's next?
And watch the slide.
Looks pretty bad, but let's test it. Because the sound of his fingers sliding on the strings is out of place, but so is everything else. You can see that he starts playing the run before you hear it. The video is clearly ahead of the audio, so what if I put them in line? Uh-oh. Without breaking out the magnifying glass, that looks alright to me. But Danny's still right, because when you shift the audio by that much to get that part in line, it desyncs the prior playing. He's playing the chunks right, but he messed up the timing between them.
And watch the low E string that's not ringing out.
Yep, dead to rights. That fat string he's pressing his thumb on so it can't make any noise, we can hear it. Like most if not all of his other videos, it's also significantly desynced. You probably didn't catch that, let me slow it down. This time the audio's ahead of the video. You hear things before he plays them. Check out how much better it looks when I line up the sound of the E string with him plucking it in the video.
And watch the low E string that's not ringing out.
Literally a tenth of a second shift, but I think it looks much more convincing. Danny continues and explains this isn't necessarily a problem. I mean, I think it's fair to assert he can play these things. Maybe the audio here is a legit single take he did somewhere else. Like maybe he can even play it that well, and when playing along or miming, he killed the E this time. Oops. Not a gigantic blunder, and even the thing one could feasibly choose to do deliberately. But I'll let Danny talk again for a sec.
Now, a lot of music creators will openly admit to pre-recording audio like that. I even do it sometimes. But there's something else here. The audio is heavily edited and possibly sped up. But I also think he can't mime along to it at that speed, so he's then slowed down the audio, mimed along to it, and then sped up the video. I mean, just look at this one.
Yeah, okay dude. I wanted to look at this in the wild, where he posted it. So I searched Leo Trager, Flight of the Bumblebee. Alright, there's a Flight of the Bumblebee video from his TikTok account. The thumbnail's what he's wearing and the background from the video we just saw. Let's take a look. I would suggest that that isn't a very good look. The guy's in the comments section of Danny's video defending himself though. Let's see what he has to say. Hi Danny and everyone. This is my response. I'm actually the one uploading the live clips of everything I post on socials. I figured, but thanks for sharing, it would have been nice if you also mentioned that the videos posted are brand deals and commercials. Why didn't you add the Red Bull video? By which he means this. It's the quintessential example of the kind of fake that everyone's okay with, and I actually agree that Danny should have included it, because it provides such a stark contrast with the Flight of the Bumblebee clip. Was that an ad too, Leo? Well, I can't check because it's gone. He goes on to say the one where he's wearing a mask and doing the Stanley Jordan thing is an ad for a beer, which it was, and he did disclose it, and that the Serrana clip was promotion of his EP and a luthier. So he has to do things like that, it's just how it works. Alright, let's take all those videos off the table. Danny wasn't really railing you for that anyway. That point was just establishing you do that kind of thing, you know how to do that kind of thing, and some people think it's totally real, just a raw recording. He offers to do a live stream with Danny, showcasing everything he's posted. Holy shit, yes. Make him live stream Flight of the Bumblebee to a metronome set to the tempo of that video. I'm gonna throw in a special request later too. He then copes out a bit and says, of course, when you can do 100 takes, it's gonna be better than live under pressure. Yeah, and when the recording's already done and you're just playing along to it, takes the pressure off even more. He's gonna continue posting live versions, and an EP will come out with live versions of every track. Frankly, a terrible response, because the actual barb in Danny's video is dodged completely. And there's something specific in there that I skipped over but want to draw attention to now. He seems to understand the issue people have a little bit. When he defends the miming in the ads, he says, this is not promoting a live performance. He's not pretending, okay, that that's what you're gonna get when you go and see him live. And this does connect with an argument Danny makes at the end. He compliments Leo's playing, shows some examples, and says,
so why fake all that stupid fast stuff? The slow stuff sounded lovely. And now, just for context, I'm not saying you have to be 100% squeaky clean with your music videos. I certainly aren't. I'd say my clips are now 95% or more live. If there's a bum note or a glitch in the audio, I might go and fix it after. Plus, this video took me about 7 takes. But I feel like it's a true representation of what I sound like when I'm playing. And stuff like this flamenco on fast forward is way past what I think is acceptable.
The point is clear. Danny thinks he's a fine player, but that he's pretending to be something he ain't. In a response to someone else under the video, Leo explains why he takes issue. Leo says, mixing videos made in 2025 with selected clips from a year ago is not really showing much, is it? He could have posted the live intro of Eugene's Trick Bag, or me performing Paco, as shown in the original video that I have on my YouTube channel. He chose to select the short sections that are not perfect, which is okay, but if you want to be fair, we should post live clips of this present year playing exactly the same videos that are Who's Here and That's What I Will Do Next, so I can fairly address everything implied here. I'll be real with you, I'm not sure what the hell he's asking for. I said before there was a sign he understood, now I'm not sure he does. He's responding as if Danny's just saying he sucks. But that's not happening here. He's showing a variety of clips and then comparing it to his live performance. There's even an apples to apples comparison. This is shown at the start. This is shown for comparison later. If what you want though is for people to look at your newest Instagram videos, Leo, then I will. He suggested people use Eugene's trick bag as an example. After Danny's video went up, he put up a video of it. But I will be comparing it to that onstage performance from a few months ago, because that's the only one I'm aware of in existence. The only definitely legit recording of you. The only example of what you get after you've been blown away by the Instagram reels and want to see him in person. Guess what though? Before even getting into that, there's a problem with this new video. Did you see it? Because it's really bad. And slowed down. He's way ahead of the audio. Well, oh, is this just one of those desync issues I talked about? Here's the previous note he played. It's in sync. And here's what happens if I try to line up the note with that silent thumb pick. It borks the previously in sync part. This video is a mess. I think there's zero chance that that audio is from him playing in that video. But of course, that's not necessarily a problem. It's not necessarily a misrepresentation of his abilities. And we have a live video of him on stage playing it. Yeah, it's from November, but that's not even a year ago. And it's the only thing we have to compare your social media clips with. Let's focus on this part that seems to be a bother for him. The one we just looked at where it didn't line up in the video. Here's the lead up. It's a lot slower already. But it's a live performance, there's room for expression. What comes next is what I'm interested in. Oh, that part wasn't included in the highlight reel. Or maybe he doesn't play that part at all. See, there's another video of the same performance. Little bit easier than this. Maybe he does play it and that part we saw was an addition, but this is all the footage I could find. However, I did find something else. He's got a couple tracks on Apple and Amazon Music. One of them's called Eugene's Trick Bag on Steroids, Live. Let me play a little snippet for you. Now let me play a little bit of one of his TikTok videos for you. It's also the same video that Danny used as an example from Instagram. And if you notice something very slightly funny about the sound, that's not his fault. I was playing that live track at the same time as the video audio. And wouldn't you know it, this bit in sync, or the video is ever so slightly behind the sound. I'll slow it down, look at his thumb. It lines up, but then the first note of that next bit, rushed and slower, way off. And because other bits are on, we know this isn't a simple desync issue. What's going on, big guy? Did someone else take this audio and call it a live track, pretend to be you and put it on Apple and Amazon? If that's the case and someone did this to make you look like a fraud, that's terrible. But I would have to ask, where did they get this picture from? Happy to be proven wrong, but I looked through your socials and didn't see it, which means it would have to come from you. And that you uploaded those tracks and called them live. Live where? Not in that video. And oh yeah, how could I forget? He said on Instagram that this track will be put on Spotify. It was. And it's called live there too. It ain't though, is it? Not in the way any normal human being would consider it to be live. And the other live track, Spanish Fly. You also uploaded a video with that exact audio as well. Now it was removed before I even knew you existed, but someone on Instagram stole it. And you make a big boo-boo in this one. There's no way you caught that, let's zoom in. Misses it, corrects himself, then slides down a fret. Even if I tried to make it make sense by moving the audio, I can't. You're the bad kind of fake, buddy. You're passing off things as live and legit that aren't. Explicitly. Danny went too soft on you. This is absolute fraud behavior. The where's the line debate doesn't apply. You jumped over it head first. But you can fix it very easily. I don't want to hear about ad contracts. I want to hear you play. Set up OBS on a computer or set up your phone, connect it to YouTube, go live, talk to people in the chat for a while, then play Flight of the Bumblebee at that tempo you showed us you could, Eugene's Trick Bag on Steroids live version, and Spanish Fly live version. Simply do that, and I'll make a retraction, apologize, and you'll have a new fan.